Welcome to my channel, my friends and viewers. In the previous vlog, I spoke about remarkable breakthrough in regenerative medicines. Today's vlog has different twist. It will look into who will own the future of healings. Forget incremental drugs improvement. The next trillion-dollar biotech revolution isn't about managing diseases, it's about deleting it from the body's code and regenerating what's lost. From reversing arthritis to repairing spinal cords, the age of regenerative medicine is here. But this isn't just a scientific story, it's a geopolitical and financial battleground. Today, we map the global contenders vying to dominate the future of human health. Where is the smart money going, and which national strategy is poised to win? So, let's start today's vlog Regenerative Medicine, a review of key leading countries. The new healthcare paradigm repair over replace. We are witnessing a fundamental pivot in medicine's goal. The value is shifting from lifelong management to one time or periodic repair. This is driven by demography and economics. The result is a high stake state level race to build and control the industries that will define 21st century's healthcare. Cellular reprogramming, gene editing, and advanced biomaterial. The capital engine, USA moonshot model. The scale, USA alone captures approximately 84% of global private investment in longevity biotech. The US model is pure financial and ambitious scale. It's where Silicon Valley's disrupt or die mindset meets biology. The bet is that aging can be hacked, and the first to crack the code will own the ultimate platform. The capital concentration is unparalleled, funding high risk, high reward science that traditional pharma won't touch. The translation powerhouses, Japan and South Korea. Japan's foundational IP, Japan's regulatory ace, South Korea's clinical edge, the model's efficient translation turning Nobel winning science into a standardized reimbursable treatments. If the US provides the fuel, Asia provides the engine. Japan owns the foundational IP and has built a regulatory highway on it. South Korea excels at complex engineering and clinical trials, work to turn that IP into reliable, scalable treatments. They are less about discovering new biology and more about perfecting its delivery to a patient, an immensely valuable niche. The strategic giant scale versus prescience. China's sovereign scale, the liver, a vast patient pool for clinical trials, also available to China, aiming for population level health impact. Germany's engineering precision, world leader in high reliability tissue engineering and biomedical fabrications. Two giants play the long game with contrasting strategies. China is mobilizing national resources for scale treatment, regenerative tech as a pillar for future economic and social stability. Germany conversely applies its engineering ethos, meticulously precise and focused on building therapies that are flawlessly reliable and clinically robust from day one. It's a bet on quality as the ultimate differentiator. The emerging wildcards and friction points. The UK and Australia, powerhouses in fundamental discoveries, but challenged in commercial scale. The hope trap, friction. a global gray market of unproven therapies creating regulatory and reputational risk for the entire sector. The talent war, intense competition for a small pool of scientists for understanding AI, robotics, and biology. Beyond the leaders, other players excel in specific research. However, the field faces systemic friction. Rampant, unregulated clinics poison the well of public trust. And the convergence with AI and robotics creates a fierce battle for a new kind of hybrid scientists. The central tension is between concentrated innovation hubs and the global need for equitable access, a tension that will define sectors' politics. Yes, the big question remains, will innovation be concentrated or distributed? Will this create a new kind of medical tourism or medical exclusion? Investment thesis and future outlook. Next term, 2 to 5 years, value in enabling technologies. Midterm, 5 to 10 winners in specific clinical applications. Long term, 10 plus years, dominance by integrating platforms that combine gene editing, cell therapy, and AI driven diagnostics. The winning model, likely a hybrid of US capital, IP, Asian translational efficiency, and European engineering quality. For investors, the timeline is key. The immediate plays are in the tool and infrastructure. The medium term win will be clinical areas with straightforward endpoints like cartilage repair, the ultimate prize, and integrated platform for whole body rejuvenations. Is a decade out. The most resilient model may not be a single national champion, but a global network that leverages each hub's core strengths. American ambition, Asian execution, and European reliability all will play their role. References used for this vlog are in front of your screen. Feel free to pause and have a look at them. This is more than a medical revolution. It's birth of a new industrial sector. The nations and companies that lead in regenerative medicines won't just sell treatment, they will define the standards for humans' health in the 22nd century. The race is between contrasting models: disruptive scales versus efficient translation, sovereign ambitions versus engineering perfections. The outcome will reshape global economic power and ultimately the human experience itself. The future of healing is being drafted as we speak. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share if you found it interesting. And stay tuned for the next exciting vlog on genetic engineering. Till then, look after yourself, stay healthy. Bye bye for now.